I don't know why it seems that like 50% of the decisions that Twitch makes as a platform, Twitch makes as a company, is made by some sort of brainless troglodyte. Because for some reason, a lot of the decisions that they make as a company are just absolutely fucking baffling and make no sense in any capacity. But I want to talk about Twitch and like I guess their weird movement towards using AI on their platform, especially when their entire platform is supposed to be like creative and humans making content and basically just being a bunch of people making a bunch of stuff, having a good time online, and it just be distinctly what people are doing in the moment, and it being live and alive, and kind of not really scripted at all in any capacity. And they've already kind of ventured into this a little bit with a really dumb decision that they made. I think it's kind of just makes no sense for them to do any capacity. Where some streamers have had like their channel or their chat have sort of a AI summary overview of what's going on in the stream. And I've seen that like be unwillingly placed onto a few streamers' chats. And as a result, they try to just fuck around with it and make it seem absolutely useless and make it so that no one wants to use it. And I don't really know if I've seen a single person who even had this feature actually, like, legitimately go out and ask for it. I don't think I've seen a single person kind of just say, like, "This is something that I want in my chat." And most of the time, it's just people trying to make it look absolutely terrible. So that Twitch looks like a bunch of idiots who have implemented this AI thing against people's will. And little news came out, I guess, yesterday about potential additional usages for Twitch AI. And this isn't like an actual thing that they have announced yet, but I guess there's been inside sources that have been talking to people about what Twitch is trying to do with their platform. And that is making it so that they're trying to, I guess, partner with Amazon to use actual streams to train AI. And this is like kind of from this tweet right here, where this guy who's like an insider who has like inside sources are basically also saying that there's internal friction in the company. There's internal friction, and that people who actually work at Twitch are also not happy about this. And the only good news about this stupid decision is that creators are going to be able to opt out of it and be able to opt out of training data. But the issue is, once again, in this tweet, it says some training data. So there might be some things that you legitimately cannot opt out of when it comes to like generative AI being created from your streams. And this is not even like a surprising thing from Twitch. I guess they've made some internal movements to use AI. I mean, this article from like a year and a half or two ago, where basically it says that Twitch has a role to play in Amazon's training of its generative AI models. And this is from a top Twitch executive said, and it basically just said, if they when they were asked if Amazon uses Twitch to train AI models, the Twitch chief monetization officer Mike Minton said, "Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think obviously within the bounds of user trust, within the bounds of privacy regulations, which vary all around the world, but of course we have a role to play in that." And I feel like that's kind of an absolutely insane thing to say that, I guess you're using Twitch streamers to train Amazon's AI. That's kind of an absolutely insane thing to do. And it seems like he wasn't really talking out of his ass because once again, I think it seems like they're going to become more brazen about them using their streams to train AI or use like streamers' data to train AI because of with this inside report coming out that I guess they're going to make it more obvious in that they're gonna make us so you have to opt out. Obviously, it's not gonna be like, "Oh, you can opt into your streams being used to train AI and train our data." No, it's gonna be immediately on and then force people to go through their own work to find wherever in the hell are the settings. They send this one random button that you have to press to opt out of this AI training data. Obviously, that's how they're gonna set it up because if not, they look like a bunch of idiots, and they're gonna have a whole probably, like, 3 people actually opt into their streams being trained for data. And another thing too is obviously this kind of has a lot of implications if they do add it and like what they're trying to do on their platform. Immediately, it seems like they're just attempting to replace a lot of the streamers that they had because what else would you what else would you possibly train AI data off of Twitch streamers for? Like, it's not like you're doing any research. It's not like you're doing any sort of like analysis on what's going on. It simply is just to start. I'm assuming propping up AI generated streamers so that you don't have to actually pay human beings, and instead we have this AI robot who is the person who is causing people to look at their ads on this AI stream rather than actual human beings you have to pay out. And that kind of seems like where it's going to go in the end, and it is obviously very concerning. And also, like once again, it literally can't be anything else because like who is going to go on these Twitch streams and like understand that this is like valuable content that we need to train an AI. Like I stream on Twitch. I don't think my stream that I make is going to be productive to an AI in any capacity. It's literally probably going to suicide bomb it. And so the fact that there's a potential chance that it goes onto my stream and trains off of whatever I'm saying, off of my voice, off of my actions, and anything that I do is absolutely insane. It's a ridiculous thing to do, and it feels like a giant waste of time, which is just what AI, generative AI, and like videos and pictures are in general. But even more, this seems like a massive, ultra, mega waste of time. And the only reason why they're doing it is because I'm assuming they're gonna attempt to try and start making AI created Twitch streamers that they can then make money off of, rather than having to pay actual human beings to use their platform so that they can run ads on just bots instead of running ads that they have to pay out dividends to or revenue to streamers who run these ads on their platform. And so it's just a baffling decision for me for them to even agree to this. Obviously, it probably is more pushing them from Amazon's perspective, especially because like Twitch is going through a bunch of layoffs, a bunch of cost cutting things, and Amazon is the owner of Twitch and also all the services that Twitch runs their streams on and stuff like that. So obviously, I'd assume they're more so forced at the hand of Amazon to have to do this AI generated training on streams, and it's just I feel like another unbelievably stupid decision from Twitch or from Amazon to also try and force Twitch to do this. But maybe they're kind of just trying to get a lot of random stuff from their AI training because AI has been proven to be one of the single most unprofitable things ever. And so maybe this is what they're gonna try to do to make some semblance of money back from their AI training or whatever that they've done with all this R&D and money they've pumped into training AI. But overall, genuinely stupid idea, and it's just unbelievable that Twitch is kind of healing over and not really talking to anyone about the potential possibility of doing this. And more, we have like a 3 paragraph news report that kind of just talks about that they are, going to potentially use streams in the future. And this was 2 years ago, and so obviously this came to fruition, and or is potentially coming to fruition, unless there's like an internal mutiny by every single one of Twitch's employers or a good chunk of it. But then again, we've learned that because they're owned by Amazon, who's going to be shocked if they try to AI automate their tasks or whatever they do? It's just an interesting thing to see always, as always. And obviously, I'm gonna be opting out of this if it even becomes possible for this to happen instantaneously. Just like I opted out of my voice being able to be auto translated by an AI because once again, I don't trust it not to be used in an absolutely nefarious way. And I think also just the way it's gonna be used will just be not productive to humankind in any capacity. Like, it's not gonna help doctors, it's not gonna help surgeons. There's no point in even training off of any data on Twitch at all in any capacity. It's just a dumb idea exclusively. But that's all I want to talk about for today. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.